Hello everyone, I have a video today that's fairly interesting about the three different letters that could be considered an H sort of letters in Hebrew. So you have three of these letters. So you have he, which is like an English H. It is pronounced pretty much most of the time in careful speech. Then you have het, which is a sound that is sort of like blowing on glasses, which most people now at this point have merged with the third H sound and now pronounce it as identically to the third one, which is chaf. So chaf is a like bring up phlegm. So again, the second one, het, is now mostly pronounced by most people, the same as the third, chaf. So that's why Hebrew has a lot of the sounds. People think it sounds very guttural because it used to have the het sound with a just blowing on glasses sound in a lot of words. But because most people don't pronounce that letter anymore that way, they pronounce it that made the language sound a lot more throaty than it would have. Though I suppose the is also from the throat, but you know what I mean. So anyway, starting with the first one, he, it is usually pronounced. There is a tendency now for people to sometimes drop the sound of the consonant, the H, and just pronounce the vowel. So for example, ha is the in Hebrew. So someone might say the door is delet. So adelet instead of ha delet. They drop the H, they swallow it. Another one would be the word ahava, which is love. Ahava has that H in there, you hear the he. So if people are speaking quickly, they might say ahava, where the H is sort of swallowed, it's not pronounced. So that can happen. Now, the second letter is het. This is a blowing on glasses sort of sound originally. So we give you some words. Halom, which is dream. Halon, which is window. Melach, which is salt. So for example, the Dead Sea is Yam HaMelach, which is sea of salt, salt sea, instead of dead. It doesn't have anything to do with the word dead. That's because of it's a translation of the Arabic name for the Dead Sea. Death is mavet in Hebrew. So it would be Yam HaMavet, but it's not that, it's Yam HaMelach. Anyway, so most people now pronounce het as ch, the same as the third H, which is chaf. So they will say chalom for dream, chalon for window, melach for salt. But originally, it would be different. And Arabic speakers of Hebrew and some people who are Sephardic background or Mizrahi background will maintain this distinction between het and chaf. And so chaf is the third H. And that is the one that you have that's sort of like blowing on your, not blowing, bringing up phlegm from your throat, like. So that one, let's give you some words there. Melech, king. Hacham is wise. So hacham, many people will now pronounce that as chacham, with the two letters, the ch, identically back to back. The first letter there is a het, but because most people can't say or don't say hacham, they'll say chacham. So there's that. And one of the tricks that you can do between for writing, for orthography, for spelling, is that anytime you have a sound that you hear in modern Hebrew that is the beginning of a word, it will always be spelled with het. Always. Never chaf. Chaf cannot start a word, ever. So that is a good trick to know. And originally, the sounds were different, so you would never have this problem. You would know that hacham and halon would be starting with the letter het, because that's how they have a distinct sound from chaf. But now everyone, well, not everyone, most people pronounce them chalom and chacham, and the het and the chaf have merged. So they're identical in sound now. So that makes things a little more confusing, you could say. So those are the three H's, and that's all I've got today. So thank you.